Yo, what's up, y'all? It's the MMA Analyst back at it again, doing my thing, just trying to keep up with the rest of my fellow MMA analyzers. You know, we're all in it together, trying to have some fun, trying to keep things entertaining. You know what I mean? Maybe bring some insight, some info on these MMA cards. A couple shout outs. We have, of course, Chase, Phantom UFC fan, Humble King, that MMA guy, Master Pip. Donnie Hot Tub, Will Million 15, Mayo Dread. I'm gonna guess that's how you say your name, dude. Of course, you got the fat UFC critic. Ain't seen him in a minute. MMA Girls, the Tag Team Supreme, and probably the youngest one, doing her thing. Wish Kid 12. A lot of energy with that one right there. Also, quick shout out to my little home dude. Kyokushin MMA. I got a sig bet with him, so if Rio Chonin wins this weekend, I'm gonna be in trouble. Anyways, this is my roundup for the month of August. Gonna break down the bad call of the month, the event of the month, the beatdown of the month, the submission of the month, the KO of the month, and of course the fight of the month. Not really, I guess, a breakdown, just give you my opinions on, the best one and then the runners up. Let's go right to let's get right down to the sub of the month. There were lots of submissions. I'm not even really going to get into all. There's some average, arm bars and a couple triangles that are pretty nice. But what I'm going to go with the submission of the month. I know a lot of people didn't have a chance to see this. It was actually at the Fighting for Kids event. I think it took place on like the last day of August. Anyways, it was one of my favorite Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners, Andre Galvo. Check this guy out if you guys are into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. In the gi, this guy's a beast. He had a video up earlier this year. They took it down probably just because, I don't know, he probably felt bad about just how much of an embarrassment this was. This dude was riding this other dude on the back, like holding him by the belt, and just looked like he was riding one of those electronic bulls, and then tapped the dude out. It was quite ridiculous. I guess he was kind of pissed off that the guy tried an illegal move and just went for the absolute ponage. But definitely it was epic ponage right there. But yeah, Galvo, he fought Jeremiah Metcalf, and I'm gonna bring this fight back up later on. But basically, it was a crazy fight. Metcalf dropped him twice. He got back up. He was trying to do his thing, and then just used his hands, and Galvo ended up knocking him down, taking his back, and then submitting the armbar from the back. Real good submission. That's my favorite sub of the month. Came right at the last moment. Then we've got a knockout of the month. Just keep it moving quick. Of course, my runner-up, number 2, is Manny Gamburyan versus Rob Emerson. Again, y'all have to have seen this fight. Gamburyan came out with no plan and left with probably no memory of what happened. And even those of us who do remember, it's not much to remember. He came across, boom, got hit, and then tried to get back up and just came across, knocked him out. Quick fight, nice KO. It was Rob Emerson's KO of the night for that UFC 87 to be exact. But that's my second runner-up. My first runner-up is Hirota versus Ryan Schultz. Happened in Sengoku 4. Schultz was, I don't know if he was a favorite in this fight, but a lot of guys had picked him to win the whole tournament. So when he went out there, he was looking all right. It was a pretty good fight, and then all of a sudden, Mizuto Hirota just came up with a Superman punch. And anytime there's a Superman punch involved in a knockout, pretty much it had to be one of the highlights of the month. He just came through with the quick Superman punch and just came across like, bop, just jumped up, crack. He went down. He was basically out. Jumped on him, a few hammer fists, and Schultz was out. That was it. It was a nice one, but that still probably isn't my knockout of the month pick. My pick for knockout of the month was Overeem over Takahashi in Sengoku 4. the card for real. I wasn't feeling the card all that much, but it did deliver with these knockouts. Basically, Overeem, Takahashi. Overeem blasted him with the knee. Takahashi was probably going for the takedown. It looked like he was shooting in, and Overeem timed it perfect. Not Alistair, but Valesian, I guess if that's how you say his name. I'm just saying it off the top of the head. But big ass dude, muscular dude, just looked like a beast. And Takahashi came across for the shoot and probably was thinking shoot, because the next thing he was out cold. There was a big crack, and this is a big dude over him. So when he delivered that knee, the whole place just shook. So yeah, that's my KO of August, the KO of the month. We're gonna do a beatdown of the month. There were two real big beatdowns, and they were delivered. Was it back to back? Back to back. UFC 87. The runner-up, Heath Herring, got beat down by Brock Lesnar. This is what I said was gonna happen. I just didn't think it was gonna take 15 minutes of it. People want to call it lay and pray. I mean, there was one person who was laying and praying in that fight. No disrespect, but it was definitely not Lesnar. Now, Lesnar did some antics after the fact, but this doesn't change the fact that he came out, punched him with that he faked the shot, hit him with that straight cross. Heath Herring did a triple backflip. Brock Lesnar, I don't know what his plan was. I know he didn't really want to hit him, because if he would have really actually hit him with that like diving tackle, that like football tackle, either like heads would have collided and concussions and cuts and brain damage. Like, I don't know what dude's plan was, but he didn't even think twice. It was like, oh, dude's down. Damn. I know Herring was thinking like a train was coming at him. Like, I better get off this track. And he ducked in the last moment. And after that, just from the bam, bam, beat down, beat down, beat down. And Herring, he looked like he got hit. Really, he looked like he got hit by like a Mack truck that was like in front of like a train. So like the train and then the Mack truck, and they were combined, and they just bow. And Herring was the dude that was like, oh god, kind of like, beat down. The number one beat down of the month, by far, easy pick, GSP versus Fitch. I thought Fitch, by being able to take this kind of a beatdown, wow, he got blasted over and over again. He could have been, if he would have been hit and out cold, nobody would have questioned anything. They would have been like, wow, that was a serious punch. That was a serious kick. That was a serious, combination. And he just took him. And he repeatedly took him for 15 minutes, basically. He got blasted. Took the beat down. It was a beat down. It was crazy. This month delivered some serious beat downs. Okay, let's go with the event of the month. Just because I think fight of the month is still like the biggest thing. And I like bad call of the month because it's kind of like, kind of unorthodox, Event of the month, clear decision. The judges from the Hamill Bisping fight could have got this one right. UFC 87 was the event of the month. It had serious fights. It had GSP versus Fitch. It had Lesnar versus Herring. It had Florian versus Huerta. It had Damian Maia versus McDonald. It was a stacked card when it came to just fights that were great to watch, fun to watch, entertaining, exciting, and a whole lot of other words and adjectives and whatever you want to call them. It was a great event. For me, it was one of UFC's best events of the year, easily. Bad call of the month. I'm going to take this from me, from my videos, and maybe if you guys want to do it as well, go ahead. Kind of creative. It's not just a bad call it should have been a knockout, but instead the guy gave the fight, something like that. Or this guy won the fight, but they made a bad decision, or the ref made a bad. Of course, if that happens, put it right in there. But I'm just gonna go with overall decisions. Like, just that wasn't a good idea, or that wasn't. You might not have wanted to really do that. So let's start off with the runner-up. Now this is mixed martial arts we're talking about, so I'm going to talk about K1 kickboxing for this bad call of the month. It was a bad call to put Butterbean up against Cabbage in K1. I don't know if you guys saw this fight. I think it's the second time they fought. They shouldn't have fought the first time. They sure as hell shouldn't have fought the second time. Butterbean, he can barely kick. So he can box. You know, he's like the king of the 4-rounders or whatever. So kickboxing, okay, so you got half the game, you got it. You can box. If it was like eat boxing, then it'd be his perfect, or like big boxing where you had to be big and box, he'd be the champion. But it's kickboxing, which means he should be able to kick. Like if we brought in a dude that couldn't punch and we called it kickboxing, and he just came out and just kept kicking, and threw punches like that, maybe he shouldn't be there. And that's my opinion on this fight here. Butterbean can't kick. If these are his legs, his kick looks like this. Actually, that's too high. Let's try and even him out. I can't even do it. My fingers can't do it as bad as Butterbean's body. And that makes sense because my fingers are skinny and able to lift with ease. And he is huge. And when he tries to kick, it looks like he's sweeping the ground with an elephant trunk. And it's just, I don't even know this. It's just wrong. Bad call of the month. Bad call. Don't ever let that happen again. We do not need to see the third fight in this Cabbage versus Butterbean saga, if that's what you want to call it. Butterbean got his ass knocked out by a high kick, from a guy who can kick. And that fight was ridiculous. Don't ever do that to me. I'm not trying to stay up and watch these fights to see Cabbage beat up Butterbean. No. Don't do it again. That's from me. The winner of Bad Call of the Month. This guy deserves Bad Call of the Month. And with this, it's going to be probably his worst call of his life. Was Angel Matos. I hope I'm saying his name correct. It don't matter, because I'm not going to be saying his name much anymore. This was the dude, in case you don't know, again, mixed martial arts. Now we're going to talk about Taekwondo, and we're going to talk about the Olympics. This is the dude who decided that he wasn't happy with the decision. He took his minute. He is supposed to be a minute of recuperation or doctor's help, and then after that minute, you get disqualified. So after a minute, he was chilling, getting his leg fixed or whatever it was. The dude was like, time's up. You're disqualified. Bad call of the month. What did he do? He got pissed off, and he high-kicked the ref in the lip. He tried to, it was a fast kick. Like, with that kind of skill, I would assume, if you could get that kick off, why don't you just get up and fight if you still got fight in you? That was a bad call. You could have took the loss, went back home, fought another day. To be honest, you got a sucker kick on a ref that wasn't expected to be in a fight, and you cut his lip. I believe if I kicked the ref in the head when he wasn't expecting, I'll knock him out. That's just my belief. And I'm not a professional or an Olympic athlete, but I believe if I kick somebody in the head and they're not expecting it, they're not going to be awake after. I might be wrong, but I'm probably right. This dude came across, bow, fast kick, just bam. Wrong decision. Shouldn't have done that. This guy got banned from the IOC for life. I don't know what's going to happen after that, but dude ended up with a bloody lip, and that's all. And now you can't fight Angel Matos for the rest of your life in the Olympics. And you probably embarrassed your damn self, your family, your country. That was a bad call. That's definitely one of the worst calls of the year. This is going to be archived as possibly the worst call of the year until somebody else does something real stupid. Now, for real, y'all, this is the MMA Analyst. saying what I gotta say for y'all, this can get my ass beat. I don't know if this Angel Matos guy is gonna be anywhere in the Toronto area. That's not where I'm from. In case he's watching this, I'm not from Toronto. I'm just saying I just picked a spot. I'm not even from there, so you can't find me there. You can't find me there. Nope. You're gonna have to look somewhere else. But hey, bad call of the month. That's a bad call. Angel Matos, that was dumb. It might even be Angel, but it don't matter. I probably pissed him off enough already if he ever watched this. Saying his name wrong doesn't really matter to him. Finally, fight of the month. I got three of them where I was like, these are real good fights. Of course, everybody knows Huerta Florian. It wasn't much of a beatdown, so you can't have like a beatdown be a fight of the month if it's just a one-sided beatdown. That makes no sense. But Huerta Florian, where it wasn't truly a beatdown, it was a pretty good fight. Florian took it. He took it decisively. It was a nice battle. Huerta really wanted. Did I say Huerta took it? If I did, I meant Florian. But anyways, Huerta really wanted to brawl, and Florian, he must have completely respected that brawling aspect of Huerta's game because he was not having it. And he basically picked him apart, got his back twice. Really, really good fight. And later on, Florian was talking about Huerta was really slippery. Like he might have greased up. I don't know why dude would say that. I don't know why he would say that. You got the win. He might have been slippery, but you still beat him. That was kind of uncalled for. But runner-up, Florian versus Huerta. Second runner-up, I was gonna pick this for the fight of the month myself, especially being a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu dude. Was Damian Maia versus McDonald. This was beautiful. This was perfect example of like one guy who's like on a high level of Jiu-Jitsu, but then a guy who just really can't compare. Obviously, this guy down here is McDonald, and this guy like way up here is Damian Maia. Maia's for real. His MMA, the way he transitions all of his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu information and knowledge into mixed martial arts, he does it beautifully. This guy gets on top. If he gets on top, you can't get him off, period. That's it. If he gets his hooks in, or if he gets you mounted, or anything like that, this guy will stick to you like glue. So yeah, that was my runner-up fight of the month. Maia handled his business, got the submission, really, really showed his dominance in that fight. And my fight of the month, again, I wish you guys could see this fight. Crazy fight. Andre Galvo versus Jeremiah Metcalf. Again, Galvo goes out, MMA debut, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu whiz. Strong, tough-ass dude. Like, if you saw this guy, you got to see his picture. You got to see his picture. This guy is ripped. He's strong. He's powerful. And, like, all that still doesn't matter. He still moves like a snake and can just hem you up and twist you up and, like, tie you up in a knot and throw you down the street. Dude is sick. Came out in his MMA debut. He had Jacare, another one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners in the world, in his corner. Galvo goes out, starts this fight. Metcalf has like 14 MMA fights. It's the main event. Metcalf drops him 2 times, like 2 serious shots where like the fight possibly could have been over. Galvo ain't having it. He just continues. When like the takedown game isn't working for him, he's like, fine, F all this, man. I'm just doing this with my fists. And he starts boxing back and starts hitting back. Drops Metcalf with the shot. Gets down on him. Get down on it. That was completely dumb. I apologize, YouTube community. I will never do that again. He takes him. Takes his back. And then transitions to a beautiful armbar, secures the armbar, win. I didn't see this part, but the whole place went crazy. Brazilians were all up, like jumping over the cage. I heard they weren't even climbing over the cage. They were like hurdling the cage, just jumping right on in. The place went crazy. 1-0 Galvo. and that's my fight of the month. Up next, we've got September. This month is going to be crazy. Starting with this weekend, we've got Dream 6. I think Sengoku 5 is happening this month. We've got UFC 88 coming up Saturday. It's going to be a nasty month. We've got Ultimate Fight Night coming up. I think like Ultimate Fight Night. I think it's Ultimate Fight Night 1082. We got a crazy, crazy month of MMA coming up. It's going to be good. I think next edition of the MMA Roundup is going to be tough. It's going to be difficult because I'm going to have a lot of choices to choose from. But that's the good thing about this. You know what I mean? Because in the end, MMA is important, y'all. It's very important. Peace.